Escape Engineers Inspector Summary video. We're here in Jersey City. Fire escape 1 of 3. All these fire escapes that we have here, we're looking for evidence of maintenance. And that is any evidence that the fire escape in its lifetime has been maintained other than a paint job. We see evidence of paint, so there's constantly been a paint, and now it's due for another paint job simply because they've never really cleaned the rust. They just basically painted over the rust, as you can see. But we're also looking for evidence of any maintenance, change of bolts from square bolts to hex heads or rivets. I see some on all the treads. None of the treads have ever been swapped out. Got a lot of rust. We got life safety issues on all 3 treads. I'll show them on the way down. So this fire escape doesn't need emergency work prior to any work starting on this fire escape. So a lot of cement issues. Photographs will show a lot of cement. So a lot of the connections into the building are unverifiable. The ladder is all original hardware. You can see square head bolts on the ladder. Swap those out or load test. So let me start off first what we're going to try to require here. We inspect to certify the fire escape immediately, and this fire escape does not pass the certification. It cannot proceed immediately to a load test. There's evidence that there's been no maintenance here, so I can't immediately load test this fire escape. The code is very clear. The NFPA and the International Fire Code 1028.6 state that the authority having jurisdiction shall accept by load test or other evidence of strength. So the other evidence of strength is if this fire escape had been refurbished over its lifetime, I would use that to avoid the load test. Or I can spot repair this fire escape and then load test it. So that's the options we have right now. Spot repair all this rust that's on this fire escape and then fully load test the entire system, or we can refurbish this entire system and avoid the load test. So from where it's at right now, I think we're going to have to refurbish this one. So let me tell you, all original hardware, swap that out. All cement into the buildings, re-cement. All bolts cleaned of any rust, rebolted. Now, you only want on the grading just these. Now, what I'm saying here on this one fire escape is what's going to be for all 3 if we find a similar condition. So all joints, that corner, all these need to be rebolted, cleaned of rust, silicone shut. So all the frames rebolted. Now, these flats that go this way, that are riveted down, you don't have to change these. As long as they're in good condition, they stay. So all original hardware swapped out. Anything that's a post must be original, must have new hardware on it. Okay? Going down the side here, you can see cement problems. Cement, when we get underneath, I'll show you. We also have the weight box that we're going to be dealing with downstairs. So all original. Now, see these railings? You don't have to change these rivets. If they're in good condition, they stay. But the corners, the posts, need to be redone. This staircase here has a life safety issue, and I'll explain why. Aside from having this much rust, which is almost 3/4 of rust in there, which takes 50 years plus of unchecked, this stringer is being held by nothing. See, this is already popped out. So that's when all eaten. You got monster amount of rust there, monster rust there. Look how much rust is here. 3/4 of rust. So that rivet is not doing anything, see? So all original hardware, see no evidence of maintenance on these treads. So 100% of all the treads, stringer, tops and bottoms need to be swapped out. See this rivet? See this bar? This needs to be cleaned. This needs to be reinforced, or these 2 rivets popped out and new bolts popped in. Okay. Fire escape is older than 78, so all this is presumed to have a lead-based primer. So EPA rules apply. You must have an EPA renovator's license to touch this fire escape in dealing with all the scraping. You can't have these units here. These things are supposed to be mounted off to the side. You can't have these on a fire escape. They're obstructions. See all the cracks in the cement? All these tiebacks are all compromised. They're all suspect. Every one of them needs to be repacked on the whole structure of this face. Major scraping, rebolting, cabling. If this cabling cannot be verified, but see, it's the rust, it's already starting to surface rust here. Grease these wheels and make sure that these weights don't drop and fall out of their case, and release arm so nobody can break in to this fire escape. There should be a release arm here at the second level. Same thing on this fire escape. We're gonna go down and see all the stairs have issues. There's huge amounts of rust. Gotta go nice and slow. Here, all the rust inside. Now, all of these have to be repacked. The ones that are good, if we don't want to repack them, if they're in good condition, we can put an epoxy bolt next to it. That eliminates the need for us to verify every one of these connections. But you got cement problems on every floor, so there's no need to duplicate these connections because every one of these is bad. See? Every one of this is open like that. All right, so look at all the rust. So every one of these treads, you got to change out all the rust. Take out all the connections. Remove 100% of the rust. Look how bad that rust is. 3/4 here. Got a lot of surface debris on this fire escape. This has all got to get cleaned up. Again, cement is missing. Corners got to be redone. All that rust got to be cleaned out, rebolted, sealed with silicone. Any of these bars, if they're loose, they need to be rebolted, but if they're in good condition, they stay. So you have to swap out all major structural. All minor structural can stay. Again, EPA renovator's license required. There is lead on this fire escape. You need to have some sort of release arm or chain that holds this ladder from being pulled down. Must be single action, requiring no special knowledge. A lot of this cement and a lot of these sills have caused this major structural cracks. So this is what happens. The steel pops the sill like it did here, then water gets in through the sill and eats the steel. So the entire fire escape, the entire platform are all compromised. And in order to verify that, you have to open them up. They're already all open. So to avoid the load test, 100% refurbishment of this fire escape, 100% full paint job, and you avoid the load test. Otherwise, if you want to come in here and specifically pick out, what you want to change and spot repair the fire escape only and paint it, it still needs a full load test as the requirement by the city official. Any questions? This is Inspector Meneses, 866-649-0333. 866-649-0333. Or speak with your fire prevention inspector of your local city in confirmation of what's been said on this report, as they will be getting a copy also. Thank you.